Hello everyone and welcome back to Golden Dragon Games. I'm your host, Rocky. Today is episode 7 of my Kamen Rider X8 toy review series, and it's good to get back to reviewing the Kamen Rider X8 toys because for those of you who've been watching the series, there has been quite a gap since episode 6 because I was finding it difficult to find some of the Kamen Rider X8 toys I want to review. But anyway, in today's episode we will be reviewing the premium Bandai DX Dual Gear Another Gashat, which is used by an evil version of the character Peridot. And basically, like the regular Dual Gear Gashat, you can transform into either Perfect Puzzler, Knockout Fighter, or as you can see on the front, Perfect Knockout Fighter. And also, I almost forgot to mention, Perfect Puzzler and Knockout Fighter are his level 50 forms, while Perfect Knockout Fighter is his level 99 form. But anyway, this is used by his evil counterpart known as something like Dark Peridot, I believe they call him. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the clip of one of the V-Cinema Another Ending trilogy of movies. So anyway, yeah. I've been rambling on for long enough with this intro. So we are just going to jump cut here and then we'll take a look at the packaging for the DX Dual Gear Another Gashat. Okay everyone, I am back and here is the box for the DX Dual Gear Another Gashat, which you actually just saw a moment ago. And actually think about it now, I don't know why I did a jump cut. I could have easily just continued on just reviewing the video without needing to stop and start recording again, but actually I did need to adjust the camera so I could fit the box better in frame. But anyway, let's have a look at the front of the box. So here we have, of course, a picture of the Dual Gear Another Gashat on the front. Here we have a picture of the evil Kamen Rider Dark Peridot, or Dark Paradox, or whatever he's called, in his level 99 form, Perfect Knockout Fighter, or the evil version of Perfect Knockout Fighter. On this side of the box we have another picture of the Gashat itself. We have a bit of a better picture of, as I'm going to call him, Dark Perfect Knockout Fighter. On the back of the box we just have some instructions with, like, you know, this is how many sound effects it makes and whatever. But also something else you'll notice is that when it comes to actually activating the transformation sounds, when it comes to Perfect Puzzler and Knockout Fighter, you don't use it with the gamer driver. Basically, the gamer driver, all it will do is access the level 99 form Perfect Knockout Fighter along with the Critical Strike Kimiwaza final attack sound effects. So yeah, on the bottom of the box we just have a picture of each side of the Gashat and just another picture of Dark Perfect Knockout Fighter. On this side of the box we have another picture of the Gashat itself. On the top of the box it just says Kamen Rider Another Paradox. Oh, so actually that's probably his official name, Another Paradox. But anyway, you can see a picture of him there. Also, you can see what is his sidearm weapon, being the Bugle Driver's Vi, which I will be reviewing in a future episode, if I can find it brand new and sealed, and actually for a good price, because it is really overpriced on eBay, and I can't find it anywhere else. But anyway, that's to think about for the future. So yeah, that is the packaging itself. So I will just do another jump cut here, and we'll take a look at the Gashat itself. Here the sound effects it makes on its own, and then we'll hear the sound effects it makes with the gamer driver. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. Okay everyone, I am back, and here is the DX Duel Gear, another gashat itself. So, taking a look at the gashat itself, you can see it's done in gunmetal grey, black and white, a bit of, sort of, just, I think this is more of a normal grey, no actually that's more again of a metallic sort of gunmetal grey a bit, or is it metallic-y? Okay, maybe it's more of a matte rather than a metallic, but anyway, as you can see here on the front, on this dial, we have a picture of the first two forms, or rather just the sort of box art for the forms of Knockout Fighter and Perfect Puzzler, or Perfect Puzzle. On this side, we have another picture of Perfect Puzzle, and then on this side we have another picture of Knockout Fighter, but also on this side, this is the battery compartment, and it requires two AAA batteries, and basically you don't need a screwdriver for this. Basically, can you see just right there, there's a little button that you just need to press down with, say, like a pencil, and then this cover will just slip off so you can put the batteries in. Also, we have like a little handle here on the back, and then like on all gashets, we have a picture of the actual rider here, but because the LEDs aren't lit up, you can't really see it, but on this side, it's Knockout Fighter, and then of course on the other side, it's Perfect Puzzle. But the really weird thing about this gashet is, and the original gashet had the same, I'm not sure if you would call it a problem, but it's just sort of nitpicking, really, that I'm doing now, but basically, the Kamen Rider image, like, they're facing this way, or their feet, rather, are facing towards this part of the gashet, but when you make sound effects for the final form, Perfect Knockout Fighter, when you put in the gamer driver like this, the images of the Kamen Riders will be upside down, so when you open up the gamer driver, and you'll be able to see a little picture of the form, not actually of Perfect Knockout Fighter, but of one of, like, Perfect Puzzler, or, sorry, I mean Perfect Puzzle or Knockout Fighter, they will be upside down, and it's not like that for any other gashets. For instance, here is another double gashet, and if I turn it this way, as you can see, I think, yeah, you can see right there, the Kamen Riders, their feet are facing this way, so when you place it in the gamer driver like this, and open up the gamer driver, they will be the right way around. But for some odd reason, it's not like that with the DX Duel Gear Another, or the original Duel Gear Another gashet. But anyway, that's just sort of a minor little nitpick. Oh, and also on the bottom here, we have a QR code there, and also we have the on and off switch. But anyway, I will be quiet now so you can actually hear the sound effects it has to off on its own. Actually, before I do, just to mention, this is the speaker right here. But anyway, I'll just be quiet for a moment. Okay, for a moment there, when I turned it on, I thought the LEDs were going to light up in there, but it seems like that's only for, at least, I think it's only for Dr. Mighty Action X, because when you switch this on, the LEDs actually do light up. But anyway, before we transform into either Knockout Fighter or Perfect Puzzler, if we just click the buttons up here, we will hear different sound effects. Also, it doesn't matter which button you press, because they are literally connected. When you push one down, the other one will be pushed down at the same time. But anyway, let's listen to some of the sound effects.
Game start. Fight. Hit. Great. Game clear. Paradox. Game start.
Okay, and that is just the sound effects on its own. But we do actually have more sound effects in this, because like I mentioned earlier, I think, if you want to transform into either Perfect Puzzle or Knockout Fighter, you don't use it with the gamer driver. You literally, basically, twist the dial. So if you want to, hang on, if I just readjust the camera a bit, like so, if you want to turn into, let's go for Perfect Puzzle first. We just twist the dial up like that,
Perfect puzzle.
and you can hear it says Perfect Puzzle.
Stage.
And now it's
The
the,
next stage.
what's it called?
What's the next stage?
The Henshin transformation music.
What's the next stage? What's the next stage? Duel up! Ultimate glory image. Perfect puzzle.
And there you can see a better image of Perfect Puzzle with the LED lit up. Also, I don't know why, but on camera, on my camera screen, the LED was coming out blue, but actually in real life it's just a white LED. But anyway, hopefully you could hear the Henshin jingle, because I know I was talking over that a bit, but unfortunately I forgot, as soon as you turn the dial to either Perfect Puzzle or Knockout Fighter, it will immediately start the transformation music. And actually, just so you can hear the Perfect Puzzle transformation music again and the standby noise without me talking, I'll just be quiet and we'll redo it. Oh. Now it's doing the Kimiwaza, which is the final sound effect. Never mind, let's do this first. Oh. It's not actually... Oh, I think it needs to be in the gamer driver to actually activate the finishing sound effect. Okay, this review's not going as well as I planned, but never mind. Let's just switch off and turn it back on again to reset it. And now I will be quiet so you can actually hear the standby music and the Henshin jingle properly.
Perfect puzzle. What's the next stage? What's the next stage? What's the next stage? Duel up! Ultimate glory image. Perfect puzzle.
Okay, and there is the sound effects again, but without me talking over some of them. Oops, accidentally hit the button there again. But anyway, let's turn it back to the neutral position. And then we have a sort of deactivation sound effect. And also next we're going to do Knockout Fighter now. Actually, before we do, something I forgot to mention. The DX Dual Gear Another Gashat, unlike its regular release, you know, that's used by the original Kamen Rider Paradox, it doesn't come with this sort of dual slot holder, which is sort of like the Kimiwaza slot holder, but for like a double gashet like this, where you put it in and then it makes the critical strike sound effects without the gamer driver. But this does not come with that for whatever reason. But anyway, I will be quiet once again, and we'll turn the dial to the opposite direction, and we'll begin the Henshin sequence for Knockout Fighter.
Knockout Fighter! The strongest man! Round one. Knockout Fighter! The strongest man! Round one. Duel up! Great motion damage! Knockout Fighter!
Okay, and there we can see a picture of the evil Knockout Fighter right there. and then of course the LED fades after a few seconds. But anyway, that is the gashat on its own. I'll just do another jump cut here, and then we'll finish off the video by listening to the sound effects it has to offer with the gamer driver. Okay everyone, I am back, and here is the gamer driver itself. So, let's listen to the last couple of sound effects that the Dual Gear, another gashat, has to offer, but this time of course with the gamer driver itself. Now, before we listen to the sound effects, something I should mention, you know how we just turned the dial up this way to transform into Perfect Puzzle, and then we turned it up the other way to transform into Knockout Fighter. To access the last form, being Perfect Knockout Fighter, you just keep the dial in the neutral position it's in now when you put it into the gamer driver. But anyway, without further ado, as I always say in all my Kamen Rider X8 and Kamen Rider Build toy reviews, Henshin. Okay, and that is the Henshin jingle for Perfect Knockout Fighter level 99. Also, as you could see there, the LED lit up for a few seconds, and we could see Perfect Puzzle upside down. But anyway, next we're going to listen to Perfect Knockout Fighter's Critical Strike, and all we need to do is close up the gamer driver again. It will make a standby jingle, and then we open up again, and then we hear the actual sound effects. Oops, I just activated it again. I was going to activate Perfect Puzzle's Critical Strike next, but never mind. Okay, what I was meant to do next and say next was to activate Perfect Puzzle or Knockout Fighter's just solo Kimiwaza Critical Strikes. All you need to do is, like when you henshin into them, is you just turn the dial upwards, so either Perfect Puzzle is facing up that way or Knockout Fighter. But anyway, let's do Perfect Puzzle first. And there we got the confirmation noise. Okay, and that is Perfect Puzzle's Critical Strike sound effect. So if we just turn the dial the other way, we got another confirmation noise, and now let's listen to the final sound effect. Okay, that is Knockout Fighter's Critical Strike, and that's actually basically it for all the sound effects of this gashat. Okay, and because that is all the sound effects it has to offer on its own, and also with the gamer driver, you know what it means. It's time for the end of today's review video. So, thank you everyone so much for watching. All my social media links are linked in the description of this video. Also, feel free to leave a like, favourite, share, comment. Also, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And also, normally my Kamen Rider X8 reviews will be every Monday for about the next couple of weeks. At least until the beginning of August, I think. I can't quite remember. But if you watch at least just the end part of my July 2018 channel update video, you will be able to hear all of the video schedule for this month, so you know when these videos are going out, but most likely on a Monday. But anyway, I've been rambling on for too long, so with all that said, thank you everyone so much for watching once again. I just already said that, but never mind. And remember, stay golden, stay frosty, and bye!